Thank you very much. Right, the next one is Waitai Coastal-Burwood Community Board. Tim Money and Joe Wells, welcome.
Good morning, Leanne. Good morning, councillors, staff and community. Of course, as Leanne's just said, we've got Joe Wells here, Governance Manager, helping me, and I'd just like to thank or just say hi to Tim, who's actually watching us live today. Tim's been very sick for the last month, but we're missing you here, Tim, so we hope that you recover very quickly.
So shall we all just say hi, Tim?
Hi, Tim. Hi, Tim.
Good on you, thanks.
And test him on this afterwards.
Cheer up far quicker. You'll love it. That's great. We've got no parties today, as is a fairly brief report. I do have a wee video which is really lovely at the end. I just want to highlight the first picture that we have up here. We've had a couple of bus stops come in and go. And I just want to say that Brenda has done an amazing job. Glenn and I met Brenda out there, as you all have known, when you have a bus stop issue, when Brenda's over it, she is all over it. And it was really good just to check the site out. And it's outside the Alpine View Lifestyle Village. And we believe that this is going to make a really good connection for this community and for the residents in there. And we're delighted it will connect with the Burwood Hospital and also the QE2 and the Palm. So very pleased to see that that's going to be going in there soon. So thanks, Brenda, for meeting us there. It was great. But you'll see other things that we've, decisions we've made under our delegations, which you can just read, which I'm sure you already have. The Christchurch hot pools, this is fantastic. We've got a picture up there at the moment. I can assure you it does not look like that at the moment. We've got, the one that I've actually got is the site that
I think somebody reported it had already been done.
Oh, I heard that. I saw that. Yeah, there's a bit on Facebook about it.
I don't know why.
Yeah. So it's exciting because, well, sadly, firstly, the old whale needed to be demolished, and I was there and I heard what it sounded like when the big scissors sort of went in to grab it, and it was just paper mache. It basically was just the chicken wire with some plaster and it disintegrated. It was very rusty, so good call there. So good that we had that clone. Also, it really looks like a demo yard now. When you come down Hawke Street, you can literally see the sea, because part of the old sea wall has had to be removed for the new coastal hazards protection. But very exciting that this project is now beginning, so thank you all for being part of that. Really do appreciate that. Otakaro Avon River Corridor project, this is great, another project that's good to see that we're now in the final stages of the feedback, and that closes on the 19th of December, and the board will be submitting our thoughts shortly. Now, the most exciting, like all the other community boards, the events and things that we have in our area coming into the summer months, there are quite a lot. The Rockabilly one is just an amazing event that happens out there. In November we had, there was about 15,000 people that attended. There's a open field there that's just chock-a-block with all these extremely interesting cars. There's also the Rockabilly dance and things, but I intended to pop down for half an hour and ended up being there 2 hours because you bump into all these people, but good on them for this event. The other thing that we've got on this weekend is the opening, which is very exciting, of the Anzac Fire Station. So they have an official opening this Saturday, and they're going to put on things like opportunity for families to meet the crew, receive advice on smoke alarms and take part in an evacuation challenge. There will also be a physical competencies assessment on offer for the children. So that's a really exciting day for the crew in the fire station there at Anzac. The New Brighton Seaside Christmas Parade, that's on again this year as always, and it's just amazing. That was obviously one of the floats from Christmas. That's not our community board float. We were quite as interesting or fun as that one. But no, it's really good. It's on this Saturday at the corner of Marine Parade and Hawke Street at 10:30, and the market will also be happening at the same time. Residents Association Forum, this is something that we've been doing now for a year, maybe 2 a year, and really well received by the Residents Association. We meet 4 times a year. Our staff just do a wonderful job coordinating it. This was an evening that we had, and I think that's Jackie up there explaining a few things there about the Q2 Master Plan, but it is really something that the residents associations appreciate, because it's all about them and what they would like to hear or see from us and how we can communicate and coordinate things a lot better. So any topics of the relevance to them, but the part that they really love the most is the networking that they do amongst themselves, and they get good ideas and encouragement from each other. The next event we have is the Affirm, which was on Saturday, and sorry I couldn't make it, but there's a very famous lady up there, other than herself, who worshipped the mayor kicking it off by the look of it. So
my husband didn't undo his jacket because he didn't think that pink was his colour.
Could have said it's purple, but great event. I was there the other year,
pink.
But it was so good. But actually, I wasn't there because my daughter went into labour, so that was why I was not there that morning. Otherwise, I would have been. So hence, we've had a little baby girl, so that's very exciting.
I'll have a copy of the picture, please.
This is an event that is...
it's a fabulous picture. It makes me look skinny and tall.
But that's an actual
if you could just send it through. That's going in my monthly report.
Yeah, it's great. We'll keep that photographer on, shall we? Okay, board matters of interest. Burwood, Avondale and Dallington Community Group. This is a group that's been going for some time now. We call it the BAD Group because of the acronym. They meet monthly, supported by our board staff and board members, and the group currently organising 3 community events for early in the new year, one for each area and one that will be combined in March, which is great for this area because there hasn't seen a lot of action around there since the earthquakes. So the Burwood, Avondale and Dallington areas have dramatically reduced community space as a result of the earthquakes, and lost a huge amount of their land and the houses in there. So the BAD Group are completing a feasibility study and business plan in regards to a combined community hub. The need for such a facility is becoming increasingly apparent. We're getting more and more deputations to the community board and up through other communications about this, so an urgent need there, but they're being proactive, which is really good to see them doing. So I don't normally wear t-shirts to the board, but I've got my New Brighton project t-shirt on today, which they sell because the video that we've got later is showcasing the New Brighton project. And these t-shirts and others are sold at the market. You're probably more used to the one that says I love New Brighton with the big red heart. So the board just recently received a deputation or an update from the New Brighton project about all the wonderful things that they do. The highly successful seaside market, which attracts people from all over the city every Saturday. They also have a blanket bank, which provides blankets and bedding packs to a range of agencies across the city. They have a newsletter called The Wave, which is more like a book, but it's got a fantastic resource for people that come into the community. And they also have welcome packs, which they put all this information about the area, and which I know other wards do as well, which is awesome. They also organise a Santa parade. So, and as I say, we've got a wee video on that in shortly. The next video, this is fantastic. These kids, the Keep Christchurch Beautiful team, manager Linda Keel and chair Alexandra Davies do a wonderful job with this organisation, inspiring our young children to get stuck in and have these green fingers, and I tell you, they really do. So in our ward, there were various awards given out. There were so many, actually, they had to be done all in an instant. Rather than doing them individually. But for in our area, we had the Banks Ave School, Marshland School, New Brighton Catholic School, Parkview School, Queen's Park School, Rafferty School, St James School and Waitai. And we're very proud of these schools and very proud of these students. It was a really lovely afternoon. So that wraps up my report, but happy Christmas everybody before we do the video. Have a safe holiday. It's been a great year. Again, thanking our staff and Joe for helping me this year. We're always telling our staff that they're gold. And thanks for working with us and listening and receiving our projects and doing the best you can. So we've got a wee video.
Ooh. Thank you.
It was an original song, by the way, too, created by one of Margaret's friends. So yeah.
So she's a local?
I think so.
Yeah. Great. It was fantastic. Very perfect words and, sentiment for the images that it showed. So thank you very much. All right. So David, Glenn, move and second the receipt of the report. I'll put that motion. All those in favour say aye. Those. Sorry.
Just one issue, if I may.
Yeah. Well, I can't stop.
Oh, okay.
Debate.
I won't
Carry
take
on.
up time. No, just over the temporary usage of the Avon or Takaro area, just to let you all know that we had already initiated with our staff a process by which to get the various parties on board, Regen, LINZ, our own council staff, to try and sort out the temporary use issues, because some of the communities around the river aren't hearing about them in time. So I just want you to know that, because I'm aware someone else has instigated a process, but we'd already started that. So, but we've been cut out of that process.
Sorry. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I wish you'd raised that before. I thought you wanted to debate the motion.
No.
No.
But I'm passing on this information. I think, yes, the board, yeah.
So the community board's got a process for transitional use.
Yes, well,
And you worked it out with LINZ, presumably?
Sorry?
You worked it out with LINZ?
Yes, we have started that. We started that some time ago.
Right.
And with reaching.
Yeah, because there's more than one community board that's involved in the residential.
Yeah, this is for Burwood, Avondale and Dallington. In terms of existing community groups that still live along the river corridor.
Yeah, okay. Well, we might need to have a discussion around that, because I know that you would have seen some advertising in the paper in relation to the future governance arrangements for the residential red zone and Otakaro Avon River Corridor. I think that there's there's potentially a connection between future governance arrangements and what sort of arrangements you'd want to put in place for transitional use as well, because the transitional may become more than transitional,
right?
Because it may be a trial that then leads to a permanent potential use, and there are all sorts of issues that need to be resolved around land ownership and those sorts of things. And I was quite taken, in a positive way, with the idea of some form of community trust that is able to sort of take that role. To me, that's really local leadership at the most fundamental level. So. Yeah, but it's not. It would be no surprise to anyone that I would have that view. I've often expressed my view around the issue of localism and subsidiarity and making decisions closest to where they belong.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I'll put the resolution. All those in favour say aye. Those opposed say no.